Okay, so to create the functionality to unlike the post, we need a another button. Now we're gonna make this a little bit more dynamic later on, but right now I'm just gonna create another button here just for the time being so we can build this feature, because this other feature right here is gonna take a little bit more time, creating a dynamic link that's going to change the class depending if it was liked or not. We're going to create some helper functions that is going to help us with that. But right now, I want to create a unlike button. Okay, so let's call this unlike, and let's just name it unlike right here, unlike. Okay, and let's just put it thumbs down just like that. Change the class, and I'm gonna change this class to be on the link to be unlike. Okay, and if we go here and refresh, we should see that unlike button right there. Okay, now the thumbs down, it looks like it's not working because I misspelled it. You know how I do it. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're gonna do something very similar to how we did it down here in the JavaScript. So I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna comment this code right here and like. I'm just gonna call it liking. And here I'm just gonna call it on liking. I'm gonna paste that there. And we're gonna change this class because we did that in the button there. And we're gonna be sending a request with the same type of information. There is nothing here that we need to change, to be honest with you. Well, this here, we're gonna make sure that we are detecting this unliked post variable, but everything else is the same. Okay, so let's go back here. This should be easier now. Okay, and I'm just gonna copy this whole thing. Look at that, copy, and I'm gonna paste it. Now, but there are a couple different things that we need to do here to make things work. Okay, first of all, we need to detect and make sure that we are detecting the unliked posts here. So let's comment all this out and let's echo unlike like this. It's the first thing. Okay, and let's refresh. Let's open our console, our developer tools, and let's make sure that when we click on like that we are getting something. Okay, so remember network, make sure that we have that here to this like. Let's click it, and if we click this, we can see that it says on like. So we are actually detecting that button there, that functionality. So that's working. That's the first step. So now let's write down our steps that we, so that was the first step, was to test, and I should have wrote that before. Okay, first step to test here. So a couple of things that we need this IDs. Okay, we need those. Now the next step to do here would be we need to query. So let's comment this out here. Instead of that, we're just gonna make sure that this is step number 2 would be to query fetch our likes. Okay, so fetching likes, as a matter of fact, let me see if we have that. As a matter of fact, no, we need to do the same thing. Let me just come back here and we need to fetch our posts. So we were there, we're doing, I know it was very similar to that. It's just that we have the wrong numbers here because the first step was to actually test, but that's okay. We can live without it, right? And let's just take that off just to make things uniform. So fetching the post, that's the first thing. Then, okay, this is going to change a little bit. We need a delete functionality because we need to delete the likes every time we unlike a post. Okay, that's the way we're gonna detect this. So we need to delete likes or decrement the likes, right? Well, we need to delete likes actually, first of all, and then we need to update our post to decrement the like, okay? So delete likes, that's it. And then here would be something like decrement or update um, decrement likes, something like that. And I should have put here, well, we're creating a like here, update posts or incrementing likes. Incrementing with likes. Decrementing. All right. So let's open up this here. So we're gonna, instead of incrementing here, we're just gonna decrement. Okay, that's all we're doing. Here we're gonna make a different query here though. Let's copy this guy here and let's paste that there. And we are going to delete and you know what? You don't have to always select everything. So we're gonna delete likes. Okay. Where post post ID equals the post ID that I want. As a matter of fact, I already had it here. So we're gonna delete from likes where post ID equals the post ID. Okay, that's the first thing. And maybe we also want to make sure that we delete that we make sure that the user ID, okay, that's the right like that we're going to be deleting, right? So that would be the user ID. Yeah, we have that there, something like that. Okay, maybe later on we'll refactor this a little bit more or think about it a little more, but I wanted to show you guys this. I was so excited because, you know, I left this for, I put it in the back burner and I was like, I'm gonna teach him that later. But you guys are making a lot of requests and I just want to start, making sure that you guys are happy. Okay. So once we delete the likes, then we update our posts with the decrementing like. Okay. And that's all we do here. We don't need this, of course, but it would be nice to make sure that maybe we'll exit out of here just to make sure that our application is working a little better. We don't need it. PHP will detect, but so I think we're good to go. I think this is gonna work. Let's test this out to see if it works. If it doesn't, we'll fix it. Okay, so let's go back here and we like this post and this is liked one time. So now if I go back to that post and I click on like, cross your fingers and refresh, and you can see that we have 0 likes. And if we go back, we have no likes table, guys. Great job if you made it work the first time. Okay, awesome. So we are finally liking and unliking posts. Okay, now we're gonna have more posts to test this and make sure that we are liking the right posts and with the right user, but we got a couple more steps to finish this off. And of course it can get a lot better. So I'll see you in the next lecture.